Greetings, denizens of the digital world. It is I, the Serial Killer, coming to you on day 22 of the year of vlogging dangerously. And today is Sunday, so that means I'm going to get a little suggestive. Well, okay, I'm just going to suggest some stuff, and that'll be it. You know, whether or not I get suggestive, well, we'll see. So, let's start it off with music. I don't know why I'm even thinking about things for music first, but yeah, I didn't really think that one through, did I? I haven't really thought through the music other than, okay, today, one of the songs from this particular band came up, and it's stuck in my head. Yes, again with the stuck in my head. The band in question is Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker, and the song was, oh, I cannot even remember, 2 and 15/15ths. Everything this band does is just so full of energy, so full of life, so full of nuances that it's just amazing. Hollow Point Sniper Hyperbole is probably one of the most well-known of their songs. You've got that, you've got let's see, Hollow Point Sniper Hyperbole, Anti-Venom is another good one. NAOK. The band just continues to produce great songs that, and apparently they're absolutely amazing live, and I've missed them 2 times live and free shows, no less. Yeah, they are definitely my music pick of the week if you're just going to pick up something new to listen to that's full of energy and just awesome. Television / movies, both crammed into one. Because I just marathoned them throughout this week. Firefly and the ensuing movie Serenity. If you haven't seen Firefly yet, I don't know if I can help you, right? Just, if you have seen it, rewatch it, because you know why it's worth rewatching. If you have seen it, or that is, if you haven't seen it, Firefly is, well, it's easy to describe. It's a space western. A space western, you say? Yes, it was a short-lived show, one season, of which only 11 episodes were originally broadcast. They were broadcast out of order, with the pilot never even being broadcast first by Fox. Yes, Fox, the serial destroyer of good television. Despite the fact that they were only short-lived on television itself, the series garnered a huge following on DVD, and it's definitely one of those ones that is the epitome of a cult classic, because there's a whole massive fan following that identify themselves by the brown coats, or the independents in this. Essentially, the show is about the captain of a ship that was a sergeant in this war for independence. Earth became uninhabitable. Everybody struck out and they found a new galaxy. Not everybody, but a bunch of people struck out and they found a new galaxy. And the new galaxy was colonized and overarchingly run by a group called the Alliance. And the Alliance created what they saw as a paradise, but a paradise of control. And they had their hand in everybody's lives. And the independents rose up and they said, no, we'll have none of this. We want to rule ourselves. We want to rule independently and freely. And they had a war. And at this war, there was a battle of Serenity Valley, and at it, the captain, Malcolm Reynolds, played by Nathan Fillion, Canadian actor, always a good thing. Him and his eventual first mate Zoe fought in this incredibly pivotal battle that was the last stand, so to speak, for the Alliance, or for not the Alliance, for the Browncoats, and they lost. Cut to X number of years later, Mal is now the captain of a ship. Zoe's his first mate. They've got let's see, on board they've got a mechanic who is a kid genius mechanic. Not a kid, she's young, but she's definitely not a kid. You've got the genius mechanic who talks to the ship. One of those people who just knows what's wrong. You've got played by Jewel Satise. Her name's Satise. It's hard to pronounce her last name. Jewel. That's Kaylee is the character. You've got a doctor and his crazy sister who provide much of the actual catalyst for story. because they're fugitives from the Alliance. You've got a registered companion named Inara, who's played by Morena Bacana, I think it is. Yeah, again, I'm not good on names and stuff. I don't do research before these things, so screw remembering things. Let's just say it's awesome. Okay, you got a reverend as well, a hired gun named Jane. It's a girl's name, but Jane's not a girl. Keep that in mind, yeah, because Jane is very adamant about that, the one and only time it's ever brought up. And you've got as well this amazingly gifted and quirky pilot played by Alan Tudyk, who is one of my favorite actors of all time, just because he's in all these small roles that own the screen whenever he's in them. You've seen him in, if you've seen A Knight's Tale, he was in that as well. The reason I bring up Serenity as the movie is because after being canceled, like a year or so or whatever later, it was suddenly announced that there was going to be a Firefly movie named Serenity, after the ship, after the battle, everything like that. That was absolutely brilliant, and it's a testament to Joss Whedon's cult of personality, Joss Whedon being the creator of Firefly, and it's a testament to his cult of personality, because he's got this amazing gift for writing. He creates compelling characters, great stories that are very real despite the crazy settings, and the fans loved it so much that they brought a movie out of it. So if you've never seen it before, get a hold of the DVDs. If you've seen it before, marathon the whole thing. Just do it. And now I'm going to, because I'm at the 7-minute mark almost, quickly jump into my book choice, and it has relevance in this case, a tie-in to the movie and television series in the form of Alan Tudyk. You ask, well, how does a book have ties to Alan Tudyk? Well, Alan Tudyk did not write it, but he's going to star in the movie adaptation of this, and the fact that there is a movie adaptation of this book is just awesome. The book of choice is Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Yes, that's a real title and a real book. It sounds like a cheesy B movie, but what it is it's the product of a strange subset of fiction that came about a while back, 2-3 years ago, a little more, where there was a publishing company that was trying to come up with new ideas, and they couldn't, I guess. And so they licensed a bunch of old ideas, but nobody wants to just read a rewritten version of an old book that's now public domain. So what do they do? They take the title of a public domain book and something everybody likes. And in this case, the first one was Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And then there was Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters and stuff like this came out. And I believe the author of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is the author of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter as well. Don't quote me on that. It's Seth something. The fact is, the book is presented as a true biography of Abraham Lincoln, and in fact it does use a lot of biographical information that was very well researched, but it presents him as a boy who ends up having a drive to not only become president, but hunt vampires quite mercilessly. And it's just awesome. It's absolutely great. And there is a film adaptation coming out now, which is just crazy, and that's going to be great. Now, I'm pushing 9 minutes. This is the longest video I've ever put out there. I'm going to stop rambling. You've heard my stuff for today. I'm just on a kick. At the 9-minute mark now, I will say I have been the Serial Killer, rambling as usual. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or death threats, put them in the comments below. I said below very weirdly there. Below. Put them in the comments below. Oh, click the wrong thing.